Here it goes. Okay, so for chapter 2 for Geely's story, it is destroy the four olds. Mind you, that's destroy the four olds, not destroy the 4-year-olds, as two of the classes thought it said, which would be not very good for this 4-year-old. So the four olds are old ideas, old culture, old customs, and old habits. And Chairman Mao said we would never succeed at building a strong socialist country until we destroy the four olds. Now, the danger here is that ideas, culture, customs, and habits, they're such big, vague, ambiguous words that literally anything could suddenly fall into one of those categories. So in this chapter, I want you to think about the individual, versus like the collective mob. Because in chapter 2, we see Geely has the choice, a couple choices and a couple different events of, does she step away from the crowd and does she, become her own person with her own choices? Or is she not ready and not brave enough? Or is she still too naive? Gus, stop that. And she goes along with the crowd. So she has two choices. And then looking at chapter 2, I want you to, for highlighting and annotating in this chapter, you can still continue highlighting for characterization of Geely for sure. But I also, in a new color, want you to start highlighting for conflict. Now, not every single thing that's technically a conflict, you don't have to highlight everything. But try to find at least 2 different types of conflict within chapter 2. Now, as a review, you have internal and external conflict. Internals on the inside, like this. And externals on the outside, like this. And so if you have internal, there's only one type of conflict you can have, and that's man versus self. Can you say man versus self? Help me teach. Say man versus self. Perfect. Can you say external conflict?
External, no.
Okay. And so external conflict, ouch. External conflict is on the outside. So for example, beating my child would be external, and that would be man versus man. I have these notes listed for you from the agenda. And I give you all 6 types of conflict so that you can refer to these and see if you can find different examples within chapter 2. What I really want you looking for in chapter 2 would be man versus society. And then can you find any internal conflicts for, hey. Okay, I guess that's enough of this. How do I stop it? Because